guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody had a great weekend. My weekend was busy but not busy. Well, last week I worked 5 days in a row, which I never ever, it's been probably 20 years since I worked 5 days in a row, probably more than that. uh, but I worked 5 days in a row. So Saturday I said that I just want to rest, relax, and see my nephews. um, I rested. I didn't do anything. Like, I stayed in bed. I may have gotten up to pee and to snack, and that's it. I didn't even eat any real food. I just snacked. Uh, and I wanted to see my nephews, but turns out my niece is moving. I'm like, girl, why didn't you tell me you was moving? My niece, she thinks she can do everything by herself. No, no, you can't do it. You cannot move by yourself. Well, I agreed to come over on Sunday to help her move. The kids, they were with their dad. So I went over Sunday morning. I know I left my house around 7:30, stopped and got some coffee, and she does not live nearby. She lives in another county. So I think I got to her house maybe 9 o'clock or just before 9, because I stopped and got her something to eat. And needless to say, I did not get back home till after 11 o'clock last night. It was a long day, a long day. But I did get to see my nephews for a bit. Um, yeah. And when I say that I was tired, when I got home, I think, see, I can't even remember what happened that morning. I think I forgot to take my blood pressure medication. So when I got home, I'm like, I need to take my blood pressure. I took all the pills. I took my blood pressure medication. I took a laxative because, we're eating out. I mean, that morning I ate a breakfast sandwich, but I hadn't eaten all day long, no lunch or whatever. So that night, I'm like, girl, I need to get something to eat. It was late. It was probably maybe 9 o'clock or so that I grabbed something to eat. And what else I took? I took, I haven't taken this in forever, Trazodone for sleep. Um, it's been sitting there for a while. Hopefully they're not expired. I didn't even look to see. I took a Trazodone. I took a Celexa. The doctor just put me on Celexa because I was having problems with my hip. My hip has been hurting me, and sometimes it feels like it wants to give out. I actually have a prescription for a hip x-ray, but I need to make an appointment. And well, this nurse, it's like, oh, just work through it. Just don't worry about it. But after last night and moving all that stuff, I probably should go ahead and make an appointment to have my hip checked out. I took that, and then I took a Tylenol PM. Yeah, I took all that. And I did sleep, but then when I woke up, I'm like, I don't even feel like moving. So I slept some more, and I think I finally climbed out of bed probably around 9:30. Well, when I got home, I did shower and everything because I was all sweaty, and I was so glad that I washed my sheets before, because I like nice, fresh smelling sheets after a day like that. But anyway, so I finally climbed out of bed, and I'm trying to think about what the things that I need to do. Um, there's so much that I want to do in my house, but I feel like I don't have time. I don't understand why I can't get things done in my house. I mean, generally my house is clean, but for instance, I had in the previous video, I mentioned how I had a plumbing issue. And the plumber came out on Tuesday, and it is plumbing issue. The water line for my refrigerator burst. So he came out Tuesday and repaired it. $444 for an hour and a half to replace a line. I wish nurses could get paid $444, for an hour and a half of work. But anyway, but of course I had to clear everything out from underneath the kitchen sink. Now everything's in bins and organize all of my cleaning supplies or whatever. But I wanted to like clean the bottom of the cabinet, and I have not had a chance to do that. It probably would only take maybe 15 minutes to do it, but I've been so busy and so tired. I'm like, I'll do it later. So I have to get back into a habit that I used to do, and I got out of that habit. I would wake up and think about the things that I had to do, maybe two or three things, whether it's laundry or sweeping off the patio, whatever, and give myself a time limit. Not necessarily a limit, a time, and say, Valerie, it's only going to take you 10 minutes to go out and sweep off your patio, rearrange your chairs, clean your chair, or do whatever. Just give myself a time to get the job done. So I think I'm going to start doing that again. So like this kitchen cabinet cleaning, everything's already in baskets or whatever. You just have to get on your knees and get underneath there and spray whatever. It shouldn't take you any more than 10-15 minutes to do that. But because my hip hurting, I don't know if I can get that low. But anyway, let me get back to what sold on the weekend. And then I'm going to mail this stuff off and go to the grocery store. I really don't have anything to cook. And here's another thing that I had done a couple times last week and the week before is make myself little protein bowls or just bowls of food using ground meat. The first time I bought this ground beef, but it was mixed with veal and pork. It was by Wall Brothers, WAHL Brothers, something like that. When I tell you that meat was so delicious, and I browned it up, I seasoned it really well, and don't do like I did and put olive oil. I don't know what I was thinking, but it has its own fat in it. I did not need to add olive oil in the pan beforehand. But I had that, Brussels sprouts, sweet potato, and rice, and mushrooms and onions. And I made myself a bowl. It was so good. So that lasted 3 days. Then the next time I did ground chicken with green beans and sweet potato, and that lasted me 3 days. And it was just so good. So I think I'm gonna do that again and maybe do ground turkey or buy that beef mix again. Or from what I hear, what is it called? I don't shop there. Whole Foods. From what I understand, Whole Foods has this dinner for four. Well, I'm just one person. Dinner for four where you can get, I think, a meat and two sides. And, you can portion that off and have 4 meals. And I believe they say it costs maybe $30. I'm going to think about that. One thing about where I live, I love my location. Location. I'm near everything. I have two Publix's, two Publix grocery stores. They are literally right across the street from each other. Aldi, I can walk to Aldi. Just like I can walk when I'm packing my things up. If I just have a few items, I can walk to the post office. It's only a few blocks away. Aldi is across the street from my post office. Trader Joe's is maybe 2.5 miles, if that, from my house. The Whole Foods is just a block away from the one Publix. Well, I don't do Starbucks that often, but Starbucks is there. I love me some Chick-fil-A. That's just, a 5-minute drive away. So yeah, I'm near everything. So I will go to Whole Foods, maybe just to check it out and see what they have. Because actually, I don't even feel like cooking. After yesterday, I don't feel like cooking, so maybe I will go get some prepared food and just be done with it. And in the meantime, what sold over the weekend? I was so happy that I got multiple sales from about 3 different platforms. And again, I am just trying to get rid of stuff. I still want to make some profit on some things, but I just want to get rid of stuff. I'm not sourcing for items anymore because I still have so many items that are not listed. So there's no need for me to go out to buy more items. But when I do, I'm going to be taking my Hulking bag that I showed you guys on the previous video. So let's just go through real quick. Just as, let's see, we'll do eBay. A few days ago, was it last week? I went through my eBay listings to filter out items that had already been sold on other platforms or items that are expired. I have quite a few supplements. Actually, I've sold quite a few supplements, but I still have some left, and you wouldn't believe how many had expired and I wasn't paying attention. But I said, I'm done with supplements. We're not going to be selling any, somebody's calling me. We're not going to be selling any more supplements once I get rid of some. And with the supplements, I lowered the prices on damn near all of the supplements. Just to get, by the end of the year, I don't want any more supplements in my house. But I sold this cholesterol and circulation health omega-3. It's like 180. So this is a 6-month supply. I shouldn't have lowered the price because this actually does not expire until March of 2027. Well, yeah, they'll still have time to use this. But I sold this, what, for $30? On sale for $30 and change. So someone bought it, and after and I offered free shipping. Oh, I had to pay $8, almost $8, $7.86 to ship this. And this one is going to Puerto Rico. You would think that the shipping wouldn't be that much, but yeah. So I really only made $18. However, less than that. One thing you will not get from me is cost of goods, because initially I had a spreadsheet with cost of goods and everything. But when I started on Whatnot, I was buying so many items in bulk and boxes that I lost track. I admit I lost track of the cost of goods. I would buy a box with, 30 items in it. And I never went in, and you'll never get cost of goods from me. Maybe once I filter all of this stuff down and sell, I can get back to a spreadsheet, but it would take me weeks to make up a spreadsheet and list every single thing I have in this house. So you're going to get the basics. So I got that. I was so happy to sell this vacuum cleaner. It's a handheld vacuum cleaner, and I had it on sale for $25.49, and the buyer paid $6.99 for shipping, but it actually cost a little bit more, $8.71. So $18.97 came back to me. Yeah, on that. And just as I was about to turn on the camera, someone bought this lot of, this is like a bald care system, a latherless shave cream for bald men. I was selling them in a lot of 3. I've had these things forever. And all of a sudden, I'm sold out. I think I had 3 sets. In the past week and a half, I sold 2 sets, and somebody offered me like $13. I'm like, no. Even though I want to get rid of some stuff, I still want to make at least a few dollars on something. So they offered $13. I countered with, because it was already on sale for $21.99. My items on sale, it was $18, I believe, and they wanted $13. Come on now. So I countered with 16, and they went ahead and paid 16. So I do have one single one left. I'll post that on Vinted, but I'm glad to get these out of my inventory because they've been here forever. So that's what sold. And I have everything set up so I can just label these and put them in their respective bags. I love poly mailers. I think I only have one thing that will go in a box. So that's that. Those are my eBay sales. I sold this sheet set on Mercari. I'm going to say the cost of goods was 0 on this because this is a twin sheet set. At one point in time, I was going to have a Family Care Home, and I had sheet sets available for the beds, but Family Care Home, that's a whole other story. So this sold on my card for $8.50. I accepted their offer. And then the rest are all just Vinted sales. And remember, Vinted is my yard sale app. So things go for cheap, cheap, cheap. However, I made a mistake and accepted an offer on something that I shouldn't have accepted the offer. But this is one of those little, it's called the cheese, what is this called? A cheese cloche. It's where you put your little cheese in it. It's a little glass. You put different cheeses. Yeah. I wanted this out, so $2 for that. Some SPF Coppertone, $3. I sold a Dick's Sporting Good shirt. And this was $3. It's used, but it's a size 3X. So that sold for $3. And some Dove soap. This was $5. 4-pack Garden Tea Party Rose Berry Bouquet. It smells so good. I'm actually using this too. I have so many body washes and soaps in my bathroom. It's ridiculous. But this smells really, really good. $5. And then this is a 3D puzzle, a sunflower. Isn't that pretty? I had this on Vinted for $12, and I believe someone offered $7. And remember, I'm trying to get things out of the inventory. Now, I do know for a fact that I paid $3 for this. So I did get my money back. So I went ahead and accepted the offer. I do have about 2 more 3D puzzles available that I have listed on Vinted. But this is really pretty. And all of the pieces are there because there's like 4 or 5 different bags with the pieces separated. So, and the buyer was so grateful. She thanked me after I accepted the offer. And then the last item was, or is, this tumbler. I had it on Vinted for $15, but it's a really nice tumbler. Maybe somebody's going to give it to their father for Father's Day. And I clicked accept when I should have made a counter offer. So she got it for $10. It comes with a straw. And it's called the Wovu. It's a ombre tumbler, and it comes with this little protective cap at the bottom. It's brand new, really nice tumbler. So it is what it is. She got it for $10. So I'm happy with the sales this weekend. So I'm going to pack everything up, which should not take long. Remember, I'm going to start putting myself on a time schedule on how long things should take to get done. So everything, labels have already been printed. I've already pulled out the appropriate size poly mailers. But this glass cloche is going to go in a box. So I'm just going to say that it's going to take me 15 minutes. Well, maybe 20, because I am slow. I always like to double check myself on things too. When it comes to my orders, because normally I just print out my labels one at a time, pack it up, label it. Print, pack, label. Print, pack, label. But I printed out everything at once. So I'm going to give myself 20 minutes to get this done. I'm going to head out the door, I'm going to go to Whole Foods. We're not cooking today. And then I'm going to come home and just rest until it's time for me to go to work. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.